So I wanted to share today our success on our solar system. So we've had a huge learning curve on solar. It's not necessarily something that I know much about, but we originally had started with a small battery bank of the small 6-volt golf cart batteries. We had 4 of them, and that wasn't necessarily working that well for us. My thoughts on when we were starting the solar was that we could pay as we could afford and buy some small components and work up. And that isn't necessarily workable, because we have to have the same size components to run the system. You can't have a larger inverter. I had originally bought a 3,000 watt inverter with these small golf cart batteries, and it wasn't running efficiently and it was shutting off in a couple of hours. So we've invested in these proper batteries. These are solar batteries, 6-volt, that are put together into a battery bank to create 12-volt system, which is what we need to run the tiny house. And we purchased those from a solar company in Calgary. Then we have our small inverter that we're using to test. It's only a 1,000 watt inverter, and it's running the lights successfully from for about 8 hours is the amount we've tested so far. So that's a huge success for us. And there you see the little charge controller. So that's the system: an inverter, charge controller, the battery bank, and although you can't see it from here, the solar. It's connected to the solar panel. We just have one 240 watt solar panel, so of course we want to invest in more panels. So the success for us, we were having to run the generator. So there you see the generator. We put a little enclosure around it to keep it quieter for the neighbors. So we're able to run the house now. So the next step is, one of the problems with this little 1,000 watt inverter is we're not sure of the low set point, and we don't want to run these batteries below a certain percentage because it's really hard on the batteries. So we want to switch to the 3,000 watt inverter and test it and see how that works for the system. The 3,000 watt inverter, we know it reduces it cuts out at 80%. So we know that our batteries would be fine at the 80% level. So we want to switch to that and give it a test, see how it works.